Greetings, everyone. Welcome to my sketchbook. Welcome to Inktober. Greetings to the otters at Seaside Park. The sun is not really even up yet this Sunday morning. The prompt that we're using for Inktober today is puzzling, as in confusion of some sort. Let's start the timer. Okay, well, I'm going to pick a spot here. Right here. Zoom in on this if we can. All right. Get it to lock down. Here we go. So, the plan that I have here is to draw kind of a square. And I'm going to have to do this kind of in stages of corners. So this is just freehand, so it's not going to be perfect. I'm going to make my way a little wider. Just like that. But I'm leaving a space on each side. And then, now let's see. This one, kind of out here. This one kind of out here too. That seemed, I don't know. Now I want to try in my head to keep this kind of uniform, and I don't know exactly how this is going to go, because I'm not going to practice this one. All right, well, interesting. Let's see. It just so happens that my mother-in-law enjoys puzzles. And to me, I think that's pretty cool. But I remember seeing something a little while ago where somebody found, and I haven't got to, I'd like the opportunity to do this. I haven't done it yet. Where if you find a manufacturer of a specific puzzle, specific size, that means that they would have at some point used the same sort of cutting mechanisms, let's say the same dies as they're called. So if you find the same size puzzle, where the puzzle pieces are all the same, you would mix the puzzle pieces together. Now, I suppose you would do this after it's a finished puzzle piece. I don't know. But that if you had, like, a puzzle that had a lion in it, for example, and another one that had, I don't know, an eagle, you would trade out those puzzle pieces. Let's say, like Mario here and King Koopa here. You would trade, like if this was an entirely different puzzle than this one, you would remove the pieces of Bowser in the same location as there would be something else here. Anyway, I know that sounds a little ridiculous, but I think that would be kind of fun to do. It's just work in something else in a puzzle from 2 separate puzzles or 3 separate puzzles or what have you. But people do pretty interesting things. And as I said, I'm not sure how this is going to work out. But I had an idea. Now, I guess just off the top of my head, this would have been way easier if at my house I had an actual puzzle. I could have, used that to quickly draw the puzzle piece by sort of tracing around it, but doing this by hand is probably way more fun anyway. And it doesn't have to be uniform. I think most of you probably recognize that this is a puzzle piece. Just sort of tracing around it a little bit. I'm really holding on to my sketchbook so it doesn't fall off the raised sort of platform that I work this from. Should be enough room right here to write this in. Now the pen that I'm using, I got as a gift, and it's kind of an interesting thing. It is a demonstrator is what it's called. It's meant to show the functionality of a very specific pen. And this one was nicknamed Mr. X because it is the 24th, well, X is the 24th letter in the alphabet. But it is, the pen itself is referred to as a number 24 that it's modeled after. And it's meant to show you the inside workings of a pen. It's a very interesting thing, but I don't ink it, although it is filling up with ink as we're moving through InkTober. You can go back through my videos and you can find out a little bit more about this pen as a demonstrator. We're in our final minute. I don't really think there's much else that I want to do with this. I kind of made it through this reasonably well. I could revisit the terrible Disco Inferno thing. I don't know what to think of that. I'm suffering with that inside my head for some reason. Imagine that Luigi here in order to get his all white outfit, although it doesn't always work out this way, would have got hold of one of those fire flowers, and that usually changes part of his outfit into white. What I'm going to do is just get this, if that'll even kind of blur out some of that. You may have remembered, it didn't really work this way with this type of ink. I started to put the Y there instead of the A. That is it for that and my rambling. So that's all I did for that 10 minutes, was basically draw this little puzzle piece. What a curiosity. Anyway, folks, I hope you have a great day. Come back tomorrow. The word will be onion. And yeah, that's it. Ciao for now.